We welcome the additional allocation that has been made to SARS, and SARS exceeding $1 trillion in terms of revenue collection. And we attribute this to the work that SARS has been doing, that is also complemented by the Border Management Authority in securing the borders of this country, but also collaborating with law enforcement agencies. And we want to thank the Minister of Home Affairs and the former Minister of Home Affairs, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, for the sterling work that they have done in ensuring that the Border Management Authority is put in place and it deals with the problems that afflict South Africans.
This budget was not put together by the people. We saw this when we debated the proposal for the VAT increases earlier this year. The MK Party insists that we need to look at how we got here from the first place and address the major policy failures pursued by this government since the advent of democracy. We refuse to be boxed to the policy paradigm of the so-called GNU. For us, the MK Party, the economy first. The economy is first and foremost about the people and not profits. The MPA Party remains opposed to the orthodox policies pursued by the successive ANC government since the advent of democracy.
The EFF rejects the proposed appropriation bill tabled by the Minister of Finance. We have participated in all mini-plenary debates and made concrete and substantive submissions of practical amendments that are going to give us the people's budget. We made proposals on all departmental votes, starting with the presidency until the last departmental vote, and expressed the voices, frustrations, and desperation of our people. We did not come here to play internal coalition games. We came here to make sure the voices of communities from Guyana to Atlantis, from Lusukisiki to Kuma are heard in this house. The people of Ekurhuleni who barricaded the roads and told the mayor that they cannot afford the fixed electricity charge of 126 rand and demanded that it must be reversed.
The needs of the South African people are many, and there is not enough money to provide for all of them. The outcome is that there will always be people who are unhappy with the allocations made, because it means they must wait longer for a better day. We support this budget. Of course, it is not perfect, and no budget will ever be perfect. But debating forever without deciding is not what the South African people voted for. Madam Speaker, the last few months have come with many lessons that I hope the Executive and Parliament have considered, and those lessons will inform how we shape budgets in future. The South African people no longer have the ability or patience to pay more or higher taxes. They want the government and Parliament to work with the fiscal envelope that is available. We also cannot overborrow against the future of young people when millions of them do not earn an income because of unemployment. This means we have a tax base that will progressively erode over time while the needs deepen and expand. An abiding feature of our budgets is a long shopping list of commitments, some of which no longer produce the intended outcome. This means the Executive and Parliament must begin to make choices, to prioritize. This means deciding which programs are more important than others, which requires that we commit to and must do the spending reviews beginning this year.
South Africa's budget is under fire, and it's coming from both the Red Berets and the MK movement. The EFF and MK Party have officially said no thanks to the appropriation bill currently being debated in the National Assembly. Why? Because, according to them, this budget isn't designed for ordinary South Africans. It's a playground for the rich, while the poor get breadcrumbs. Again, let's break it down. The appropriation bill is basically the government's financial blueprint. It decides how much money goes where, from national departments to provinces and even local municipalities. In theory, it should reflect the priorities of the nation. But in practice, the EFF says it's all about big business, elite interests, and inflated salaries. Not a single cent for unemployed youth, struggling families, or collapsing infrastructure in poor communities. The MK Party agrees. They've slammed the bill as tone-deaf and disconnected from reality. They argue that this is not what South Africans fought for. You've got people living without electricity, running water, or basic health care. And the government is out here allocating billions to departments that barely deliver. The ruling party, of course, is defending the bill. They say it's balanced and necessary to keep services running. But the opposition isn't buying it. For the EFF and MK party, this isn't just about numbers on paper. It's about a government that keeps proving it's not listening. So, while Parliament debates line items, millions of South Africans are still waiting for change they can actually feel. Will this budget pass? Probably, but the political message is clear. Not everyone's on board, and the people are watching.